Hello YouTube brethren, welcome back to the tour in Goldsboro, North Carolina, where we've got a great battle going on, or a great war I should say, between LT as the Allies and Captain Jack and Private Joe as the Axis, and we're playing the Anniversary Edition 1941 version, and this is Japan's second turn, so this is J2. And so what we've built today is, or this evening, is a aircraft carrier and fighter, which totals 24. We've got 2 transports totaling 14, and we'll have 3 IPCs left over for the next round. All right, so for our first combat maneuver, we're going to take the bomber from Japan, and we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and do an automatic kill on this transport. We're going to ignore these subs, and that'll take that transport away. The bomber will have 2 movements left for the non-combat phase. All right, for the second combat move, we've got a transport and carrier that came from Zone 50 off the Philippine Islands down to the East Indies. That transport was carrying an artillery and an infantry, so they will land there collecting the 4 IPCs for the East Indies. And then for the final combat movement of the J2 turn, we've got a battleship and a cruiser that came down from Zone 50 off the coast of the Philippines, and we're going to attack this UK destroyer off the coast of Borneo. So we'll take that to the, we'll take those dice to the battle board. Okay, so what we're rolling for here is we've got 1 Japanese battleship and 1 Japanese cruiser going up against 1 UK destroyer. So I've got 1 red die and 1 blue die representing the Japanese fleet, and I've got 1 green die representing the UK destroyer. So here's the roll. And the battleship got the needed hit, and the destroyer missed. So that destroyer off the coast of Borneo, the UK destroyer has been destroyed. All right, so for our non-combat moves, we're going to take this transport here, and he's going to pick up this infantry and this artillery and drop them off in Manchuria. So he'll be moving into Zone 62, right here. We're going to take these 2 fighters from Kiangsu and move them down to Kwangtung. And that pretty much concludes, actually that does conclude the non-combat movements. Oh, forgot one last non-combat move. The bomber from Zone 56 is going to move down and land into the Hawaiian Islands, 2 spaces, 1 and 2. Okay, so for the place units phase, we're going to take the 2 transports, obviously, put them in Zone 62. Over here off the coast of Japan, and then of course the aircraft carrier and fighter. Oops, we're going to go in the same sea zone right here. Okay, so for the collect income phase, I'm going to show that Japan actually moved up from 26 to 30 for taking over Borneo, and the UK moved down from 38 to 34. So that means Japan will collect a cool 30 IPCs even. They met all 3 national objectives, so that's another 15 IPCs, and they carried over 3 from this turn. So they'll have a total of 48 IPCs to spend next round. Okay, so for the recap of the Japanese units for this at the end of this round, we got in Manchuria, we've got 2 infantry and 1 artillery. In Kwangtung, we have 3 fighters. In Burma, we have 2 infantry. In the East Indies, in Zone 38, we've got Zone 38, we've got a carrier with 2 fighters and a transport. In the East Indies, we've got an infantry and an artillery. In Zone 49, we have a battleship and a cruiser. In Borneo, we have 2 infantry. We have a bomber and a infantry unit in the Hawaiian Islands. We have 1 infantry in Okinawa. We have 1 infantry in Iwo Jima. And on the Big Island of Japan, off the coast, we've got 3 transports and 1 aircraft carrier with a fighter. On the island, we've got one armor, 3 infantry, and another armor. So 2 armors, 3 infantry, and a factory and an anti-aircraft gun. So that concludes the J2 turn for this epic battle from the turret room in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Captain Jack, over and out.